Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Pro Cycling Manager 2020. This is Career Mode episode number 33. It's not our first World Tour race of the season, and it's not our first sponsor objective of the season. However, it is our biggest World Tour race and our biggest objective so far. So as we approach the finish line, my best chance at a stage victory, which is the 2.5-star requirement that we have, sits on the shoulders of Carlos Rodriguez, who claims just 10th place on this opening prologue of Paris-Nice. Nobody else on the team has any sort of chance. We're going to be down the order a little bit, but the time gaps are relatively small. Vermark had horrible, atrocious race day condition, and he's terrible on the prologue to begin with. So Vermark, I believe, is last place right now in the standings. He had a rating under 60 for this stage, and it really showed in the performance. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to stage number 2, and we'll hope that we have a better shot. We've got 7 more stages to go to try to claim that victory at some point here. As a team that is massively overmatched compared to other teams, we don't have any great strengths, and we certainly don't have the overall quality necessary in order to compete on multiple fronts. But a calendar requires that pretty regularly. So what I'm trying to do for the bulk of this season, when and where we can, is bring a team that is best suited towards one specific style depending on the profile of the race. When and where and however we can, so we can at least maximize what limited resources we have and get the most out of them. Now, while Paris-Nice is going on and I need to win a stage, I decided for that to bring the best punching team that I could to that race. So we'll put our eggs in that basket. Meanwhile, Tirreno-Adriatico is now underway, and here we've brought all of our sprinters. So we're going to focus just on sprint stages at Tirreno-Adriatico and see what we can do by bringing all of them, because any one of these sprinters stand no chance alone, or even with just 1 or 2 lead-out guys. We need that full array of quick riders to have any sort of shot at getting a result. And speaking of, we're 3K away from a sprint point, and we're going to do our first setup. We still have 30K to go overall. Alves Machado today, tremendous potential for a result. I'm not going to use Monotoglu at this point. We're going to go ahead and lead out. We're going to save Monotoglu as my lead out rider for... Oh, I ain't going to back off till these guys get up here. These other teams are already... Wow. Yeah, this is not happening. We're already just 2K away, and there's probably 7 teams ahead of us that are in position for this sprint point. Lion, why don't you sprint? No, yeah, no. We're not going to get anywhere near it, so go ahead and sit up. Don't waste the energy. Oh, Gaviria, Ewan. Yeah, they're all here. Okay, that makes sense. We also swallowed the breakaway in that. So 22 kilometers to go. I'm going to keep things at ×2 speed for a little bit, and we're going to play this a bit of an unusual way to what I would normally do, but we've got some time. 17 kilometers still. Banaszek, you have tremendous flat rating. Garrison, go ahead and use that gel now, and we're going to start scooting forward here. It's still 15 kilometers, so we don't need to go too fast on this, but Garrison, can you bring it through the field, please? Not easy right now, but
Somebody's taking the
Starting to come through.
10 kilometers to the finish line.
Already down to 10K. Come on, Granigan. Find that gap. Find that gap. See, this is why we need to get out front. Okay, let's slow down. It's 8K. Granigan, let's go, buddy. Let's go. Look, Granigan, you have the space. Come on. Come on, Granigan. Close it down. Close it down. We're already down to 6K. This is ridiculous. Granigan is so damn slow.
The finish line is getting close.
5K.
Just past the 5 kilometers road sign.
We've got to go. We've got to go. Everybody's gel. Okay. Granigan finally here. On to Banijek. Garrison, you're done. It's way too close to the finish to rely on somebody who doesn't have good pace. Alves Machado in place. There we go. And this is way too close. Granigan sprint.
There goes the sprint. The strong men are.
Okay, Jamon, you're gonna sprint. I'm also going to send Banijek on his sprint. He'll at least lead out a line. This is not looking good for us right now. For one thing, we're way far behind Jasper Philipson, Gaviria, Van Aert, but 1K's right here. If these guys are taking off now, that is awfully early for them. But our problem is we are not in the ideal position whatsoever. So Jamon not even getting out from the wheel of Granigan at this point. I'm going to get Jamon out of the way. There you go. Okay, Alves Machado is toast. Jeez, buddy. He hasn't even... We haven't even started his sprint and he's out of red bar. How? How are you this far behind? Monotoglu is not that fast. Well, sprint, but there goes our chances because there's no red bar. And this could almost be. I mean, you only have two riders that are really taken off. Vanderpool and Degenkolb are the only ones. These guys are all fading. They've all used up their red bar and are off the pace. We could have had third in this stage. Should have had third in this stage. But that was... Well, it started with Granigan, right? Granigan... I started 17K out. Now, of course, normally I wait until about 12K and then just go and emerge from the field. But, A, we were already a ways behind. And I allowed the sprint point to change my style a little bit. And for whatever reason, Garrison, who started the training, Garrison was the furthest back, which I don't understand why he would have been the furthest back. If he's protecting a rider, he needs to be in front of them. So why he was the last guy on our team and only in the middle of the peloton. So that started the trouble. And then he finds his way through quickly enough, but Grant again hangs back and stays in the middle of the pack until, 8K to go, he finally starts battling through. Yeah, that was bad positioning has a huge impact in real life and in this game, and that's one of the reasons why I do well in the sprint is I get out front. We got 10th. And our sprinter on the day, only 17th. Exhausted, never even got a chance to start his own sprint. Don't understand how that happened to him, but it did. Alright, so it's we're at stage 2 of Tirreno-Adriatico, so we're still here. It's been 3 stages at Paris-Nice so far. We're going to go ahead and set ourselves up for the sprint. Early again today, but still 13.5 kilometers out. Little uphill right now. Hopefully you can see this big gap. Field's strung out pretty far. I've got to remember, we are in the World Tour now. And we've got some really good sprint teams. Some crazy good sprinters at this race. Some of the best. Why wouldn't I expect that the field is going to really push the tempo in the final kilometers? And you're going to need every little bit you can get to get through it. So we're still going to give Garrison a shot. Banaszek's going to follow him. But where is Garrison now? He's in an okay position. Race day conditions not looking so good today. Wyan and Granigan, the only ones that are looking pretty alright, but they're not exactly top-notch sprinters. They're definitely not our quick guys. Alves Machado, exact opposite of yesterday, so he's going to lead out Amanatoglu as our strong man. And Garrison. Okay, start rolling at about a net 93.
The escapees have surrendered. The pack gave them no chance. He crashed off, and he's not getting up. Oh, I hope it isn't too serious.
Alright, everyone's in line. Moving forward. 11K to go. Get Banaszek ready. Garrison making it to the front. 10K to go. Speed up a little bit more here. Getting through the field took a little bit out of us, but we're starting to recover, especially on Garrison's pace. I'm going to go ahead and push a 99 for him as we're down inside 8K, and he's just not a quick guy. Banaszek is. We'll see what kind of damage that does to us. Yeah, we're okay. We're okay. Alright, 6K. Final gels. Banaszek's lead out brings us within 5 kilometers. Where Hawaiian's going to take over. So, great job there by Banaszek. 4K to go. This is where we're starting to get into a little bit quicker. And it's starting to do a little damage to my team. But we're finally in a good position. Big left-hander here. And 2.7. German, come on. Come on. Granigan. Let's go, buddy. Bring us up. Bring us up. We're catching back up to these guys. 1.1. Granigan has a little left, but let's go on to Alves Machado. Amanatoglu is a little off his wheel here. 500 meters. We're in a good position for a good finish. And see how Amanatoglu is just being overtaken by all those sprinters. He's got energy. He's accelerating. He's going fast. But all of those guys are significantly faster than him. The surprising thing, though, some of them aren't that quick. They're still better than he is. A 75-74 with low stamina resistance is not somebody who can sprint from far out, and also does not necessarily have great pace. But at the top, Van Aert, Ewan, Groenewegen, Philipsen, those guys are ridiculously fast. Machete's pretty good. Eekhoff's getting better. I know he's a young sprinter. Trentin, not the fastest, but if Gaviria's in 8th, you know it's a fast group. We take 10th and 11th for the second stage in a row. Vanderpoel, who won the previous stage, only 13th this time. Degenkolb, only 14th. Cockard, only 17th. That's what we're up against. This is an elite sprint group. Back over to Paris-Nice, already stage 6. And stages 2 through 5 were all sprint stages, and again we brought a punchy team. This, well, it's supposed to be a punchy stage, but with a finishing climb of 10 kilometers in length at 6.5% gradient. That's a lot more than just a little punch. That is quite mountainous, or at least for us. Maybe to, Alaphilippe or somebody who is a pretty decent climber to begin with. They might look at this like a bit of a punchy stage, but certainly not for a team like mine. This is pretty mountainous, so we're going to have to try to hang on that way. Also, we're already down a rider. Our new man, what's his name? Rainson? Whatever it is. went down on the last stage with a broken hand, so shouldn't sideline him for very long, but he's now out of the race, so we're down one rider. Athil, the weakest in this group, at least has a +3 race day condition. Moreno, the second weakest in this group, has a +2. Nobody else has a positive, though, so it balances the team out a little bit, but we have no advantages. We're not gaining anything within this group. So now with 44k to go, we need to get water one final time here. So Athil, we're going to send him back and grab that. Vermark has dropped quite a bit. He's got a -2 race day condition, and it's just a 67 mountain. So where today this should suit him as our best puncher, a 77. It's way too long of a climb. I don't think Vermark has any chance in this stage. You can see he's blinking red right now. With his -2 race day condition, is downhill under 70, and he's just struggling to get back to his position in the pack. Meanwhile, Athil also struggling to get back through the pack with water, even though we sent him way up on that plateau quite a while ago, and then he had that nice long descent as well. Now we're halfway up this category 2 climb, and he's just now getting back to the front. We're also seeing an acceleration in the field that we need to try to counter, get these guys set for that. Athil out of energy just as he finishes his job, so that's a bad sign. He's going to be dropping back here pretty quick. No breakaway any longer. I thought about trying to send someone in the break, hoping that if the breakaway wins, maybe we'd have a chance. I don't really have anyone suited to that job right now. We're down to just 89 in the peloton. It's a small group, but look who is entirely at the back. Outside of what? Oh no, even Tantoni. So our 83 pace has really dropped us back down the field. So we're going to have to regain that position during the descent. Rodriguez, he'll be the first to go as we go up the final climb, but I could definitely see this is coming down to Tantoni for us and not to a puncher. I mean, we just barely made it through that climb. Alright, speed up a little bit, guys. Try to regain the position near the front gradually on this descent. Wow, see, we're blinking red going downhill. Rodriguez, gel up now. Moreno, gel up now. Zeta coming a little later on, but the others almost back into position now. Zeta's good, energy-wise. Tantoni's pretty good. Vermark's doing okay. We've been in protecting him, but that's about to end. I want him to try to follow Tantoni if he's still there. That's awesome. If not, then we'll deal with it. Okay, Athil logged on. Alright, here we go. So this is it. The final climb. 13k to go. Climb's longer than the 10k they suggested because we're already going up. They just haven't started the official classification yet. Yeah, welcome to World Tour. Rodriguez quickly going out the back. Let's go ahead and call it a day for him. Vermark, you're going to now protect. So relax. I said relax. Relax. Thank you. Oh, protect Zeta. There you go. And use your gel. And then we'll have Tantoni and Zeta. Zeta has that energy and he's doing really well. We've got an attack. I cannot be the one to chase these down.
The riders are in a portion above 10%.
We're just going to struggle to get towards the top on this one. Though a breakaway is kind of the way to go, isn't it? If you're going to win the stage. 4 riders off the front. Just 29 left in the peloton. Reno's been dropped. 7k already. Or still 7k. And Tantoni's this tired and just got split off. That's where we need to be. But I don't think Lutsenko can pull this back. Vlasov. Can you guys pull this back?
Falling behind! A team leader is falling behind!
Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this. Tony, set your mountain pace.
5 kilometers remaining.
Zeta has the energy, that's why I'm saving him. He's going to have a little more punch. He seems to be doing better than Tony today, so we're just going to set this pace, and look at that, just like that. Damiano Caruso, the only one with us.
It's a puncture.
4K to go. Okay, slower pace. We dropped Caruso. We've caught Remco Evenepoel, my star from PCM 2019. Zeta, be all you here soon. 3K to go. Too fast. Made our way through the field a bit with 2K to go now, but that's... we're not going to make it up there.
Congratulations!
Look who won. Alaphilippe. Pino second. Not a bad finish for Zeta. Top 10. 7th. And our best finish through 6 stages. Tony takes 9th. We beat Roglic and Evenepoel and Caruso, Moscon. I mean, it's a good result. Quinn Simmons, who I finally started to learn about a little bit. I keep seeing him and have tried to get him in a position where we could recruit him to this team. He was the junior world champion this last year, so okay. Okay, no wonder his name's suddenly popping up, because PCM19, I never saw him. This season's game, I'm seeing him everywhere, and now I know why. We beat a lot of good riders, but we didn't beat everybody, and how am I supposed to beat Julian Alaphilippe, who's like a 99 hill rating? I actually don't know what his hill rating is this year. It doesn't go above 85, but he's got to be really close to that. He's certainly got to be above 82, 83. And probably has a high 70s for a mountain rating to go with it, which is why he's able to ride away from Pino here. And of course, Pino's always going to be a little bit better in this game than he is in real life, because, you know, the creators of this game are French. And these two. Okay, there you go. 77, 82. And an 82 of 77. So there you go. 2 final opportunities for Paris-Nice are stages 7 and 8. 2 punchy stages. We need a stage win, and it's a big objective, and I just don't see how we're going to do it, and we're certainly not earning the points to make up for it somewhere else. So we are in a bit of trouble. For Tirreno-Adriatico, we have just 1 sprint stage remaining, stage number 6. So both of those races will wrap up pretty quickly at the beginning of next episode. And I do think we're going to take a pretty significant hit to our sponsor confidence. But that's the nature of the beast this season. We are going to have some struggles, and I'm going to have to make up for it however I can, whenever I can, wherever I can. But to add insult to injury, well, we've added injury to injury. We now have 3 injuries within the team. Rainsford, broken hand. Germain, broken wrist. So in the stages in between the competitive ones, we've lost 2 more guys. Barta already down, but you can see Barta is going to be back soon as both of these races have finished. So at least there's that. We'll get 1 of the 3 injured riders back. For now, we are down to 14 active riders, just enough to field double squads. No double squads for a few weeks anyway, and Barta will be back, so we'll have 15 riders for those, but still, rough time, and our quick start to the season, our good start to the season, is now starting to settle into, well, reality. There's going to be some real difficult periods to get through. Sponsor confidence is up. It's going to come down. Just can we keep it? My goal for this season, realistically, is the zone we're in now. I would love to see us at least do enough to gain something for next season, because maintaining position now is really going to hurt. If we maintain position and have no increased budget, guaranteed we're losing Tentoni and Zeta at the end of the season. If I can gain a little bit, we might be able to keep Tentoni, but then we would definitely lose Zeta. 79 overall. He, like I said many times before over the last few episodes, he's gonna probably be asking somewhere in the range of 60,000, 70,000. Our entire team budget is 45,000. Even if I'm able to bring him down, he's still going to be asking 45,000, 50,000. And by some miracle, maybe he's only looking for 30,000. I highly doubt that. We're going to have maybe 15,000 to play with, which most of that's going to end up going to Tentoni, who I hope will only ask for that 15,000. If we can increase that budget, we can pick up another 8,000, 9,000, and maybe that can get us into that range where we can afford Tentoni and one or two other riders while losing maybe 4 riders, including our star, which would probably put us back down in Continental Pro next season. But like I said, this is way too soon for us to be a World Tour team, and we are almost certainly going to yo-yo, especially with the budget that we have. That is going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. And bye for now.